All right, here we go. Time to make something. Come on. I'ma make something cool just because I can. Artist for life, that's what I am. Check my technique, that's how I roll. I make the world a little cooler than an hour ago. I'ma make something cool just because I'm free. Artist for life, that's what I be. Dig my style, keep checking my flow. Now your world's a little cooler than an hour ago. Give me paper, pens, musical instruments, a spray paint, and it gets intense. Give me markers, cardboard, microphones. It's not hard for me to get my mind in zone. People used to say that I was so distracted. People used to say I had an overactive imagination. It's so fascinating, creating it lead to procrastination. I fall into a piece of paper, calling out, I'll see you later. Then I rise like an elevator, or the mind of a meditator. My thoughts shine like a lightsaber. Inspiration's an invitation I can't refuse. It's the call I answer to. Plus it's fun if you're asking me.
Hey everybody, I want to welcome both of my viewers into the best, most awesome Sketchy AF episode ever. This is something completely different. We're doing this. It's the best of. It's my first ever best of show. And I'm not doing it by myself. This train wreck is also going to include my favorite co-pilot, the voice of the LFC podcast, Beauty, Strength, and Dominance. It's Mr. Michael Larkin, the social media magnet. What up, Michael?
What up, Mr. Tommy Bell, my dear friend? First of all, first and foremost, let's put this into the forefront. We have a lot of moments and memories to get with you guys today, even some bloopers, which even make this even much more funnier. But Tommy, I have to make this apparent. 2 years of Sketchy and Funny, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier this year marks 2 years of Sketchy and Funny.
2 years, dude, which is kind of, gang, this is why we're doing the best of episode. It's not because I just decided to get lazy at the art table. We're not going to talk about that. What we are going to talk about is 2 years, Michael. You brought it to my attention, just like everything else. It's never on my radar. I never pay attention to the statistics. But wow, 2 years of the drawing show, and it happens to land on my 100th drawing. Like, that's insane. And when I started thinking about the idea for a best of show, it's because I started thinking, Michael, about all the incredible guests that we have. And I want to take just a second in the introduction of the show to really thank each and every one of my guests who have been on Sketchy and Funny. It's really turned into its own monster because of all of you who have said, "You're doing a what kind of show? What do I got to do?" To each and every one of you, I thank you. We're going to showcase some of the most interesting stuff. I mean, there's each episode has its own great little train wreck in it somewhere. It's got its own anecdotes. There's something about each episode of each season that has made it something awesome. We don't have time to do all of those, but we're going to focus, Michael, on some of the ones that really stick in my mind and yours, and go for it, because maybe it won't be the only best of show that we ever do, but it's just kind of taking a walk back down memory lane on the old art table here. And by the way, just a quick plug, Hollywood's book, Hooray for Hollywood. You don't want to miss that. Look her up, everybody. You know who she is. You know what I'm talking about. Jolene Hex, Playboy. Check it out. Check out Jolene Hex. Okay, those are some shameless plugs, Michael. I had to get those in there because those people are absolutely pivotal and credible to the work that I do, and they're great friends. And Hollywood put my drawing in her book, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But let's get into, you know what, Michael? Let's just go ahead and break script and get straight into it and talk about the episode. It was Hollywood's first guest appearance on the show, I believe.
Season 1, episode 7, yep.
And it was the mummy drawing. And I was in the middle of creating the mummy drawing, and she really threw me off guard somewhere in the beginning of the show, Michael. You know what happened? She says, "Can I put this drawing?" It wasn't even finished. Threw me into a panic attack. She says, "Can I put this drawing in the book that I'm writing and working on?" And, well, let's take a look, Michael, at what happened when that happened. It's Halloween time, Michael, so I'm working on my new project, my reimagining of The Mummy, featuring Jeannie Besson. That's Hollywood from Glow. Everybody knows her. It's amazing. Guess who's in the studio with us, Michael? Hollywood.
Goodness, yes. Welcome, OG Glow. Hello, Hollywood.
Oh, I love it. Hi, Michael. Hi, Tommy. Thank you for having me. Finally, I'm
my
here.
God. This is great. This is, for me, it's a huge, again, I've never been shy about sharing this. It's not even a secret, just the fact that when I was learning how to draw women in high school, and we're going back to the late 80s, everybody, but when Tommy Bell was sitting in art class for 2 years, I would work off a photo reference, and the photo, Jeannie, that's right behind you, that was one of the ones that I drew numerous times.
Do you have any of those sketches from back then? Did you save anything? I know we don't always save all of our stuff, but if you find it, I would put that in my book. You know what? This mummy one, am I allowed? Can I, if I give you credit on my autobiography, could we put that in the book?
Yes.
And give you credit?
Absolutely.
I would love it.
So, cool. Everybody who's watching this, both of my viewers, check this out. This is super exciting. Sketchy and Funny is kicking off October in the craziest way with having Hollywood on here. With Michael on board, God knows what we're going to talk about, but there's no sense talking about it unless we get into it, get into the work. My famous drawing table is right behind me here, folks. So I'm going to come up and lift the lid on this real quick. There's the photo. And let's take a look at what we are doing.
Put it close in there. Oh, God, you're so good. Wow.
So we're going to take a minute, and I'm going to adjust the camera, and we're going to hop over here to the art table and have a little bit of fun.
Okay, cool.
So there it is, gang. Like, all of a sudden, just like that, my drawing wound up in her book, and I was really, you can tell right there that I was like, really kind of flabbergasted, Michael. I was not expecting that from Hollywood. I totally wasn't. And she has continued to be a force to be reckoned with as far as my artwork goes. Like, she's got a lot of people she can get behind and back. But thank you, Hollywood, because I got my drawing of you in your book. So you took some of your spotlight and shed it on me. And I thought that was just, I'm forever grateful for that. And that snowballed, didn't it, Michael? It snowballed into.
Oh yeah, that's the thing too. I mean, to even look at it, like even having the prestige of being in her book with your drawing for the mummy, I mean, that just shows the talent that's being showcased. And speaking of the talent that is showcased, Tomiko and Hollywood were on for their Bride of Frankenstein mummy type of drawing there that we're going to touch base on here right now. Another amazing job by you, my dude, but also at the same time, too, you brought up a nice little script about what we can say, and you brought it up to them to see what we can have. You came up with a great script. You came up with a nice little thing that I think that would be very, very cool for them to really go into fruition with, because, I mean, there was a lot of talk, there was a lot of drawing, and this one especially showcases the creativity and the juices behind Mr. Tommy Bell over here. So let us get into the clip of Tommy Bell, Hollywood, and Tommy go talk about a little script, if you will. Flip the script and let's check out this clip.
Some of my favorite fights with the both of you in them, although you have not tangled together until you met on this paper here, which I would hope to see someday, maybe under the LFC auspices.
Oh yeah,
maybe
fun.
Maybe I'll get to, if that happens, I better damn well be there to judge it. But even more so than that is you both have elements of your fights that I'm huge fans of, and that's when the action happens outside the ring. And Hollywood, Sally and the Farmer's Daughter, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
And Tomiko, you know what I'm talking about. Falling on the judges' table, outside the judges' table, all over the place. Like, and that's kind of what's happening here. The entire lab and all of Dr. Frankenstein's world is getting destroyed by this clash. Isn't that great?
I love it.
Love it.
You know what? You could write, Tommy. You could write a film.
Oh, I could, but the problem is that I live in Ohio, and there's no way in hell they'd be like, "Wow, that's really great. Bye."
Yeah, but you could at least write it, and then
I absolutely could.
yeah, and then.
But then what? What am I supposed
Well,
to do?
then we have to find Tomoko and me to act in it.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
These
Well,
are your
you
roles.
got us, and then we'll get our friends, and
Yeah.
they'll get their friends, and
Uh-huh.
then it will be
Then all of
fun.
a sudden you'll have a movie.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll write the script and I'll send it to both of you and Michael.
Hey,
Yeah, and Michael, and we'll
Yeah,
all
'cause
of
he's
us
gotta
will
be
be
in
in
it.
it.
oh,
Yes.
absolutely, man. I mean,
He's
she
my
already
assistant.
He's the hunchback in my
absolutely.
drawing. He could be
Yes, yes.
Oh, that would be great.
So, and I'll comment on her post, Mr. Tommy, as she just said there, being the hunchback. Thank you as well, Tommy, for the last drawing with the Bride of Frankenstein. But no, she brings up a great point because I also equate it to how artistry and in the ring, like Hollywood said, it's like when you're in the ring, you're painting your canvas, the ring being that canvas, and you're just performing your art and craft because that really ties into everything that goes into what we're doing. And especially if you have like a movie script and you could apply the ring, you could apply glow, you could do something into it. You have so many elements, and like Tomiko said, and like Hollywood said, like Tommy, I think you got yourself a film here, man. Let's direct, let's go. I'm already got the
Yeah.
creative process.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's
All
do
right.
this.
I'm gonna write up a script that's gonna knock your guys' socks off. So how cool was that? So I mean, brief explanation. You know, the thing I will always remember about that drawing was not only did I get to work with both Hollywood and Tomiko, and it was great. They were already friends even before I had met either one of them, and now I had incorporated them into this drawing that took so much pre-production work to do because they both had to send me photos that were in poses that by themselves looked ridiculous, but they both knew what to do and how to do it so that I could create that quote unquote movie poster, which bled into that conversation about how when I'm doing a lot of these and there is a movie behind it or it's insinuating there's a story, I literally have that all mapped out in my head, not just for that drawing, but for a lot of the drawings that I've done. And in that particular case, they really called me and said, you know, right there during the show and said, just do it. I had, you know, I'm like, well, whatever, you know, but I entertained their request and came up with a really, and it took me like Michael, like 2 days to bang that script out. You got a copy of it because you're in it. and like if we got the cast for that movie and people jumped in and did that and it was like what I have in my head, I think that would be really something to see.
Oh, agreed, man. And I think when you really look at the scripture and everything that you do, everything that we do in life, like I mention every time on the show, besides the skills that kills and replace the S and put in the Z, stuff like that, we all have our quips and everything. But one of the best quips and one of my favorite quotes is life is an art form we're all applying our crafts and let's continue to apply it in amazing fashion. And when you think of great art and you think of great overall, dare I say, the je ne sais quoi and the overall uniqueness and variety that is provided with our brand, the LFC Lingerie Fighting Championships, who better than to talk about next than the one and only LFC press herself, Holly May, because, well, both of ourselves can get ourselves a little bit into trouble here because Holly called you down to the ring. She called me down to the ring because first and foremost, folks, let's never ever bring up Bratislava to to Holly May ever again. Don't do it because it'll trigger, and I don't blame
It's a
her for
mistake.
getting triggered. It's a mistake because we both got we felt the wrath of the Lotus, if you will, because Holly Lotus May, sweet as can be, sweet as pie, but god dang it, you don't want to get on her bad side. So here is Tommy and I getting called out to the ring. Holly May's looking to mollywop the Larkinator, and he's ready to mollywop the Tominator.
The Larkinator.
With that being said, let's go into this next clip featuring Holly the Lotus May, We a Bunch of Dead Man. What?
Oh, there she goes. Coach Monique back at it. Oh, my goodness. Rolled him out on his birthday. Right back to where we started, right where we left off.
What the fuck?
Oh, my goodness. Don't do it, haters. Don't do it, Coach. Just got back.
Yeah, she knows
Right?
where to push the buttons, and I mean that's when like the infamous face comes in because you looked at me first, and because you were had to clean this stuff up, you're like, I can't believe this, and then you like gave me
Yeah,
the thrill
I'm
of
having to clean up all that goddamn cake. What the
right? And you're
fuck?
looking at me. I'm like, I didn't do nothing. Then you looked at Tommy, and you looked at all the judges, and then Tommy had a little bit of, had a little bit of fright in his face, right, Tommy? Huh? You had a little something right in your grill, huh?
Dude, I was gonna totally bring this up because and we have to back up a second, okay?
Okay.
We have to back up to
Sure.
when I'm walking into the FSW arena
Right.
first time, and I'm starting to see familiar faces, but they're actually standing there, or whatever. And if you're me, get a little bit of nerves or whatever because you really I so admire everything that the LFC does, and so I was having a little moment. I was having a little fanboy moment, right? And then one of the very first faces I see is Miss Holly May, and this is no bullshit, dude. So I'm like, hey, this is photo op time, right? Well, so
Nope.
I dude, I took a picture, and she's smiling, and she just very plainly, she's like, stop shaking the camera. Now I'm shaking the camera because I'm fucking nervous, dude. So now she's going, stop shaking the camera. So I snap another picture real fast. It's even worse. She's like, I said, stop shaking. And I took like 3 more in succession, never getting a good one. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I gotta go. So then we go from that to the cake fiasco, which, hey, like, who saw that coming? I didn't see that coming. I'm sitting there right there at the judges table, and I thought, oh, this is such great LFC stuff. And I literally had that thought in my head, and I happened to look up, and there's Holly, who's cleaning it up. And she was looking, off somewhere or whatever, or stewing. And then she just must have known that I looked up because she looked at me and gave me a mom look. It was this pissed off mom look.
Listen, a lot of the girls, they're like, when they're acting out or, when they're just loud, that mom voice comes out. And they like, even, the girls have come to me and they're like, oh my God, I heard your voice. I heard you yell. And I just had to stop because I'm like, it reminded them of their mom, their mom yelling at them to where they all stopped in their tracks.
There's a tone that you
Yes.
pick up on. But this wasn't even a mom voice. This was just the look. And see how your eyebrows kind of raised a little bit right here?
Oh,
It was that, but you were like boiling pissed off. And I literally asked, it was a different drawing show, one in the past, but I think
fuming
I asked
inside.
Michael, I'm like, were we supposed to go up there and like help her?
I don't know,
Like,
man. I felt like that. I felt like, wait a minute.
I did
You know,
too.
this
I
is
felt like
not
I was in trouble.
this is not in my budget right here to clean up some cake. But I mean, hey, man, like
I feel like I didn't come here to clean
clean cake.
cake off the canvas and get my ass kicked by the press.
Well, no, there's this infamous photo, and again, shout out to Richard. So it's me like slowly trying to go up to Leon to like get him like to say something, and I have this face on like for that Richard took on my face because I'm like, oh, and he's looking at me giving the death stare, and I'm like, I'm not the one who pushed in the cake, man. Don't look at me like you want to come at me.
Right.
Like,
I didn't do that shit.
I didn't do that shit.
And I mean, I felt bad because she, she asked me if she could bring, it was his birthday. And, can we bring him a cake? Can we present a cake? And, in my head, I'm thinking, oh, how nice, yeah, it is his birthday. How nice of you. How thoughtful.
Thoughtful.
Fucking bitch. Like, had I known, like, it didn't even occur to me that, like, she would do some shit like that. So that's why I felt like, I had to clean it up because it was my mess because I allowed it. But at the same time, I'm like, why the fuck am I cleaning this shit?
That was exactly the look that you gave me. And I'm like, oh shit, am I supposed to this is my first time at LFC. Am I supposed to go up there and help her? Or like, what's
Excuse me, Holly, may I come in with some napkins or something?
Yeah, like, let me, and it was all over my costume. I was so pissed. I was like, fuck.
I mean, we touched upon everything that happened. I mean, even from like friggin' when y'all went to oh god, was it Slovakia for friggin' LFC 24, the Eurobash and all that craziness, Holly. Like y'all know, like we know.
No, I don't know because I never made it.
That's the reason why I said it. Look at the face.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck you up. Telling you, if I could, I wish I could. You you better be glad that I'm over here and not over there with you.
Oh, Michael,
Oh,
it's
boy.
going down.
I know.
But just remember, I will see you again.
I know you will, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So is
I
she.
don't think you'll be looking forward to what's gonna happen.
All right, man.
It's called an ass kicking, dude. You're in
Hey, man,
trouble.
I put myself into it sometimes. I'm like Joe Pesci and my cousin Vinny. You know, I
Put
can.
my foot in it.
I'm like Joe Pesci and my cousin Vinny. So I can use a good ass kicking. You know what I'm saying? For $100.
Well, remember you said that, okay?
Hey, man.
That you need a good ass kicking. Got it. Okay.
You are one brave soul, Michael.
since you're gonna get your ass kicked, you might as well get all that shit out now.
Absolutely.
Get it all in one.
One brave soul, my friend. That's all I have to say. You are one brave soul.
Still, the craziness, man. The point being,
I was so pissed. You know, listen.
Yes.
I'm pissed because that damn Slovakia fight
Yes.
was around this time.
Yes.
So all the memories of me taking pictures from fucking airport to airport in the cold, stuck in different airports, in 3 different countries, just so you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was the first time. Like, I think it was you and like somebody else like forgot their somebody else I don't think even meant there, right? I think it was you and I think it was
someone else. I can't remember who it was. Someone else. I don't know. They forgot their passport or
something.
Yeah, but mine was a whole different story. And when I tell you, the night I spent at the Frankfurt airport, had to have been the worst night. I've never been so scared, angry, and so emotional all at once.
Ooh.
People in Germany, man, they suck.
Yeah.
They're assholes.
Oh, great.
I was like, I'm in a whole different fucking country. I'm stuck in this airport. I can't leave. I can't go anywhere. That was the last fucking flight, in or out. And my suitcase, I couldn't get my suitcase because to get my suitcase, I had to step out of a door to walk into another door, and I wasn't allowed to do that. I wasn't allowed to step foot to just walk into another door in the same building.
Right.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I was I wanted to fight, but I didn't know who to fight, and if I fight these people, what the fuck is gonna happen to me?
I mean, it's like, I'll give you an example. It's like Euro Trip, and this is how we show how crazy Germany.
Oh God, Euro Trip, dude.
Oh my God. It's like when you friggin' walk into the bar there. Well, we'll use Manchester United, for example, Vinnie Jones, where he walks into the bar and he goes, if you're really Manchester United football team fans, well, sing the song. Sing the Manchester United song. Takes the morning train. It's like that. You get to see like the different sides of Europe. But yes, I can concur. A lot of people in Germany.
No, I was fucking livid. But what's crazy?
Yeah.
There were people, I met a few people, at the airport that chose to stay at the airport overnight.
Right.
Then to get a hotel. And I was like, why would you want to do that? Apparently it's expensive. Mm-hmm. So they, if they have a layover or whatever it is, they choose to sleep in the airport overnight. Like hunched over a bench.
Wow.
I was like, I want to go to a room. I want to lay down.
Yeah.
Right.
Where's the bed?
I mind you, I'm coming off of, what is it, like a 12, 13-hour flight already as it is?
It's got to be about that.
And as soon as I land, you're telling me I can't go anywhere and I'm stuck at this airport? Yeah. I was fuming.
I bet. Like, I mean, it's just, that's the craziness. And I mean, again, not to bring up bad memories, but I had to say, like, that's the craziness. That's the craziness of what we had.
It was crazy. I wanted to punch that promoter's face. I wanted to bash his face in.
I would have loved to see that because I know how you mollywop, man. I think you were ready to mollywop, and I know you. I know the mollywop would have been intact, so to speak.
I mean, I was like, I traveled all this way for what? To be stuck in, like, literally from Vegas to Frankfurt. And I was at Frankfurt till the next day. And then from there to Dublin, then I was stuck there. And then from Dublin to Boston, then I was stuck there. And then to Vegas. It was like just 3 days of 4 day, almost 4 days of just fucking airports.
Wow.
Wow.
I was pissed. And now, thanks for making me relive this.
Michael, it's on again.
I know, it's on already. It's on like Donkey Kong, man. But no, I think that's what a lot of people can take about this, besides the fact that I open my mouth much like Tommy does. But it's a rarity. But sometimes,
Much like Tommy does, you son of a bitch.
hey man,
Tommy hasn't said nothing.
hey man,
You have. You've said everything.
I know, but I'm just saying he says a little
What's your wrestling name, Michael?
bit. Shut up. Just shut your punk ass mouth. How about that, Tommy? Bell? How about that?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, the Tominator and the Larkinator. Like, I'll say this right now, Holly May. Holly, the Lotus May, you don't want. You don't want a piece of this tag team.
No, you don't.
It's the Thunder and the Lightning.
We're crapping thunder is what we're doing. We're raining fire like Apache helicopters, man. We talked about great tag teams. We had on Hollywood, one half of Hollywood and Vine, and the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. So now you got the Larkinator and the Tominator. Let's go. But I mean, your ass whooping, because let's put it right now. Sometimes you do have a lot to say. You're a very vocal son of a gun. But for me, it was just the fact of me being funny, talk about Bratislava just because of the fact that I know it could get her to just go off, and it did, rightfully so. But at the same time, too, it's very informative. But at that same time, too, I feared for my life, if you will, like Tony Khan at an AEW press conference. I feared for my life, like Tony Khan in the backstage area of an all elite wrestling show. Let me put this into the forefront, man. When Holly looks at you, much like she looked at us at LFC 35 when the cake was all over the ring, I had memories of that, man. Like that stare, that glaring stare. Oh!
And that's why I got your back, Michael.
Thank you.
That's what makes us a great tag team. You got the fear, I got the cheer.
Yeah.
I can't believe Holly's gonna watch this.
She's gonna molly.
Somebody's gonna get a message.
Somebody's about both of us. We love you, Holly, but no. I think what we also do.
And Michael said he's not scared of you.
I ain't scarred. So, speaking of not being scared, one of the things not to be afraid of is this next one, who we definitely had on the show that was just a definite professional and just a definite dynamo.
We had a professional on the show besides us.
Yeah, we had a dynamo of just beauty and elegance and overall voluptuosity, and that is the one and only Andrea Christine. Now, Andrea Christine, when it comes to her, you put out a great photo of everything that encompasses that photo, which we'll get into in a second. But I gotta say, folks, when it comes to Andrea Christine, we talked about everything that goes to it, from everything from art, from everything that goes into why she is so much a fan of Tommy's work, and everything that she encompasses when it comes to drawings and the great relationship and friendship that has been bonded with Andrea Christine, Playboy Centerfold, and Mr. Tommy Bell. So here is this clip of AC herself. And no, I'm not talking about air conditioning. I'm talking about Andrea Christine.
All right. So here we are side by side, Andrea, with the amazing photo that you sent. The photos were mind blowing. You know, Michael, I gotta share this with you. The last two projects that I've worked on with Andrea were actually her ideas, which made it so incredibly easy to, you know, put my brain to what the image was going to be, because she really already had the concept and everything right there ready to go. And it really makes the collaborations so incredibly easy to do, and so much fun.
I wanted to give credit to the photographer, of course. It's Jordan Snow. You can find him on Instagram. He's J Snow Photo. And just check out his work. I've done so many photo shoots with him, but the Red Riding Hood photo shoot has been like one of my favorites. It was one of our best collaborations, but as a model and photographer, and it was just so much fun. And I'm so honored that Tommy is, you know, drawing it and using his talent and magic to do it. So cool.
I mean, what an artist he is with the camera, because the photos are just dynamic and outstanding. And of course, as an artist, when I'm working off of photos, I'm always starved for as much detail and as clever and artistic as the photos can be. And what a master this guy is.
Yeah, it's really a team effort. It takes the model and also you, the artist, and the photographer, and just everything has to be like it just has to work. And it can be like you can just create the most amazing things with the
Well,
right
you can tell
people.
that you guys had a lot of fun with this Little Red Riding Hood shoot. That's for sure.
Yeah. And we did like this rug with like the big bad wolf's head on it. So that was really cool. Again, really playing into like that cartoon, like fantasy, but bringing it to life, just details like that. And then here I'm very innocent because I have like a puppy wolf, like a baby wolf in my basket, very sweet, but also looking back very naughty.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, the photos were great. So I definitely wanted to make sure that we gave him all the props that he deserves, because wow, he's definitely got a talent.
Yeah, he does.
I gotta say, and I'll
And
add to your guys' point here because I love how we're talking about the attention to detail to the photo and everybody's camaraderie and teamwork. There, I say, makes the dream work. It's really just all about these subtleties, intricacies, and nuances that go into the photo. Really examine and really, again, we talk about the sex appeal side of things. With you get a little dog in there, but you also showcasing the sex appeal side of things. So it really does really showcase not just a beautiful image that we've seen in other music videos or pictures or what have you, but I think a lot of the art forms and the crafts really brought to life. And I think that really is what makes art the true beauty and the true purest form that it is. So just wanted to add that point to it because the photo, again, immaculate elegance, and that's what it's about at the end of the day, and really exuding and accentuating that.
That was so eloquently and beautifully put by you, Michael. That was so well said.
Thank you.
And I think to add to that, it's like everything you're saying, but also to have that eye and to be able to pick that up in art and to know that, I think that's a lot in itself too, just being able to recognize something like those small details and understanding what was going through the artist's mind or the model's mind when they were taking that photo or capturing that moment or looking at it or looking at like a painting. It's the same thing. Like what was that artist thinking when they created this? What was the process?
Right. I think a lot of people, and we touch upon this a lot with these shows, is like the fact that people don't see it. They're like, are you really looking at it? It's like when you look at Starry Night, for God's sake, one of the most
Oh
eloquent.
yeah.
That's the thing. If you really look at Starry Night and just the overall what that image really represents, like a lot of people see different things into it, but it's really one of those things where if you can look at a picture and really examine it for what it is, take it all in, that really also if you equate it to life, the moments and memories created with the moments and memories yet to be created. And I think that really just makes life so pure, life in itself just wonderful. And it sticks out, man. I think everybody just needs to cherish every one of those moments, cherish the photos, take it all in, if you will. And I mean, I'll go to the lens side of things. I mean, Tommy is the one over here with the perfect lens, with the drawings and whatnot. This is why I wear glasses, folks, because I can't. But I digress. No, that's the thing too, man. That just goes into it. I mean, you're a whiz kid when it comes to this, man. I've always said this about your drum, man. You have the attention, the detail, even though you may not pay attention a lot of times. But for this, you got the attention to detail. If you know what I'm saying, Tommy Bell.
well, I tell you what, I mean, and it always goes back to this because I'm really horrible at taking credit for stuff myself, but I'm fired and inspired by what these amazing models do and what these photographers do with these models, the work that they create, the imagery that they create stuns my eyeballs, and then it fires up my imagination, and it makes me want to do uh, something really incredible than through my pencils. And I almost kind of thought, oh, well, who really needs that? Because they've already, once the model and the photographer have got together, what the hell do they need me for?
But we do
But
need you. We need your artwork.
well, I appreciate that so much. And I found through people like you, Andrea, I really found and created a niche for for my artwork, and it just tugs at my heartstrings every time I hear, well, we do appreciate that, we do need that, because to me, there's always almost that struggle of, they've taken this amazing photograph, I don't want to screw it up now.
No, but you couldn't. But that shows that you have a good heart and you're considerate. Like you take pride in what you do. You don't want it to be perfect.
Oh, I absolutely do. And it meant, again, it means so much to me when people like yourself reach out to me. You've got an idea and you want to see what I can do with it. I mean, for me,
And
that is so
I always put
special.
the pressure on. I'm like, hi, Tommy, can you have something for me by like my birthday? It's in 5 days. Thanks, love you, bye.
Well, I do anything that I could possibly do to accommodate, because you've been just so great
No, I'm
throughout
so
the
lucky
years.
to have connected with you, and it's been so fun. So so exciting to see your work. I mean, every time I love it more and more. Like I'm always super like just wowed and amazed by what you do.
Oh my God, there's no greater compliment, Andre. There really, really isn't. Absolutely amazing woman. And I had the pleasure of drawing her 4 different times, working with her on 4 different projects. And I'm always amazed at how she wants to work with me. It's not it at first I reached out to her when I had like 4 followers. Absolutely nobody knew who I was, and she had like 5 worlds following her, and she answered me, and then it became a conversation of, uh I am the only artist that she trusts to illustrate an image that she's going to like when it's finished. And she's just been really great with me, and it was such an honor to finally get her on the show. I mean, she was really, really great. It was, all of my guests have been really good. There's no comparing one to another because they are all a unique individual. And that was, again, clearly having her on the show was a huge highlight. It was great. And our first Playboy centerfold, our first Playboy playmate was on Sketchy and Funny. How cool was that?
Very much cool. But as Tommy showcased in the beginning of this fine program, ladies and gentlemen, we had our second one as recently as our last episode for the 100 drawing for the LFC All Stars, Jolene the Valkyrie Hex, the current reigning and defending LFC European champion. You can check her out in action at Independence Day 2 against that debuting Nadia Sapphire for the European Championship. Oh, Tommy, hold it up. Boom. You got the autograph signage and everything for the Playboy magazine. That beauty, cutie beauty herself, Miss Jolene, the Valkyrie Hex. And this portion I figured we'd touch upon in this episode. Let's talk about, as you'll see in this clip here, folks, as we mentioned, Independence Day is coming up on the 4th of July from the UK and jolly old England, if you will, and London to be more specific, spice up your life. I look at it like this, man, and these particular parts of this show, we're going to talk about finally, like CC Peniston in the 90s. We're going to talk about finally how Tommy Bell brought up the story of him and Jolene at the Women's Athletes on Fire event back in 2020. Excuse me. You're in my spot. And you got to see what transpired from that. But not only will you see that clip, when you think it's Independence Day, Jolene the Valkyrie Hex is synonymous with that event because that led to the debut of Gypsy Top Shelf Bay at LFC 28. And we also get to see what really comes from this Independence Day event, and that is a Jolene the Valkyrie Hex style ass whooping. So here is the ass whooping in question, and here's Tommy getting his own ass whooping because, hey, you're in my spot. Let's take a look right here. So Tommy Bell over here is talking about the after party, and this one here who's got the buzz, cuz over here doing his thing, gets up. Pretty much, he says he goes over to you and he says, "Hey, you're standing in my spot." And then you look at him like, "What?" And then apparently you put him in a headlock, and it was all she wrote after that. So Tommy Bell, give us a little insight of that because you were making a fool out of yourself. You were acting a fool, bruh.
Listen, here's my, I will offer, because this is where we're going to find out, everybody, whether Jolene even remembers this or not. It's at the after party. I am literally having the time of my life. I got to meet Jolene Hex in person. I met Bella Inc. again. I've met so many incredible ladies and spent time talking with them and blah, blah, blah. Like, it was an absolutely mind-bending experience. Probably never have another experience like that in my whole life, but gang, it was incredible. So Tommy is at the after party, and I was sitting in this chair that was right at the base of this mat where these fights are going on. And I got a drink in a hand and I got a smoke in a hand, and I'm living my best fucking life ever. I'm in Vegas. It's at night. It's warm. It couldn't be better. I happen to look, I kept throwing glances back behind my shoulder, not because the entertainment in front of me was bad, but because my friend Jack Pinn was doing some of the announcing for the fights and stuff. And if he needed something, he could holler at me or not holler at me. And I threw a glance back, and there, standing off about, I don't know, 10, 15 feet away is Jolene Hex. And she's standing there minding her own off to the side, watching the event or whatever, just minding her own. And I thought, I had this thought in my head. Everybody's heard this now. I had this thought in my head. It's that instant reaction that I needed to have. I'm like, I'm going to go over to her, stand next to her, and tell her she's standing in my spot. And just see what happens. Like, and at the moment, it seemed like a really good idea.
Sure it did.
And you know what? It was worth it. It was worth, I'll tell you why. Both of my viewers and Michael have said this before, because the skills of the Terminator were able to escape through even a headlock of the Valkyrie unscathed.
I don't know if you signed a liability release that night. Had you not been a spectator, you would not.
Wait, what are you saying? What are you saying?
Oh, I don't know if you signed
all
liability.
I'm saying, gang, is guess what?
Headlock.
Headlock that I...
Tommy, next time I see you, you're not getting out of it. I don't care if you sign a liability release or not.
That's almost a threat. You know what? That's almost a threat here, gang. Do you hear this?
Threat.
You know, the last person to threaten me was Holly May on this show. This is incredible. I'm getting beat up, gang.
I mean, I look at it like this as well. It's so funny that we have a Independence Day 2 coming, folks, because the first Independence Day, this one over here, we'll mention some more moments and memories. So, Gypsy Top Shelf Bay, I recently had her on the LFC podcast, was very much appreciative of both bouts, loved her tenure, short tenure in LFC, but that was the bout where you were in disguise. You came from the crowd, dressing in your only as USA is only that you can look, Miss Jolene Hex, and then Top Shelf Bay ran away. And you put her in the choke, and bada bing, bada boom, it was over. So it was that's what I think is Independence Day. I think of you in disguise choking out poor Gypsy Top Shelf Bay.
Yeah, that's how it goes if you tell me I can't do something or be somewhere.
Right?
So I didn't even wear a bra that day.
No, you did not. God bless America. But no, and I digress. I mean, I look at it like this. It was definitely very fitting for the event. And you did look good, as you always do. So yeah, man, rocking the red, white, and blue. God bless.
Free the boobs.
Free the boobs. Okay.
Just giving us more and more memorable moments from the LFC, Michael. I'm telling you.
Hey,
I had like red, white, and blue, like nipple pasties. So it wasn't even free the nips, free the titties, and free Jolene from the unnecessary ban. That didn't work out well for anybody.
Does anybody feel like stepping in the ring tonight?
Good job coming out with that kick to the midsection. Aggressive start there. Gypsy Bay now on the run.
I mean, when you take Holly May down the way that you did, coming out of that LFC 27,
right.
Man, you judo throwed that woman was wearing heels, and you just said, fuck it, judo throw down to the mat. That's literally what it was. If y'all have never seen it, it's after your bout with Monica Garcia. You judo throw poor Holly May right to the ground, and it was vicious.
We talked about it on the show that Holly was on.
Oh, God.
She looked like she was asking for it. I just gave her what she wanted.
Well, technically speaking, like, it was a shove, then it was a shove back, and they're all right, it's fucking on. Then Krav Maga City we went to, and then boom. Like Brock Lesnar has Suplex City, you took it to Krav Maga City. So there. It fit. It fit to what you guys were doing. So it fit.
I have no regrets. I think she liked it.
Hey.
I just love it. I love the Holly and Jolene feud.
Can she get into play? She's got kind of a leg squeeze there, but no. Bell Sounds can't quite get the submission. She's going to have to let it go. I don't think she wants to let it go. She almost had a little bit of a brawl there. Understandably so. Listen, she definitely held on to that submission too long.
I'm hoping she just had an issue, maybe not hearing. Oh, a
Oh,
nice
now
kick
a
to the
kick.
midsection. Whoa, that's not fair.
Next, the Krav Maga, especially Krav Maga, all about street fighting, battle time, warfare. We've got ourselves
Oh
an
no,
alien.
she just
Oh
threw the
my
president
goodness!
down. Jolene
Wow.
has lost her mind.
This is insane. Will this fight even carry on? Do they just disqualify her right now?
As much as I love the Bella and Jolene feud, and that probably reflects in some way in some of my artwork, Michael. I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah.
Well, that just goes to show, and Michael, it's no mystery that over the past 2 years of the drawing show and the past 5 years of drawing, I've had some really playful sparring with a lot of the women that I draw in one form or another, and it's fun. It's all done in fun. And actually, that a lot can be said about that with our next lady up, our next because her and I spar more than we speak. And that is the LFC's own Mia Annabella. This lady is a firecracker, guys, but she is also one of the, there's quite a few actually, but she is so supportive of the artwork that I do and very involved and invested in how the images look. She always has to have, so as every possible way that an artist could be supported, Mia Annabella always does. And my heart goes out to her. We have a great friendship, but we also spend so much of that time just because I think it's really funny when she gets all fired up about something. So I always purposely try to fire her up about something.
So in this clip, you will see the dynamic friendship that is Mia, Mayhem, Annabella, and Tommy Bell. We get to see some banter in this one. Also, we will showcase what happened in her last fight where she took on Mila Romanoff at LFC 39 Goddess Among Us, who she had to room with. And we get to see some footage of that great fight. And it was a tall task for Mia Annabella, but she certainly brought the mayhem in that fight. So here is the friendship, air quotes, but yes, friendship of Tommy Bella, Mia Annabella because of this. They're bumping heads in a playful manner, and you get to see that firecracker and Spitfire as well as Mia in action. So here is that clip for Mia's episode. I'm curious to know this as well.
It all started through the auspices of the LFC and everything else. We actually connected on Instagram, I believe it was. And this was like when she was first, it was right before the Sturgis event, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
It was right before the Sturgis event. Her and I started talking, and what I mean by that is she started heckling the shit out of me all the time. So and it took, we had ideas about doing drawings, but it seemed to have take a while to get started.
All right, go ahead, Mia. What were you saying?
I scared him so much he never made it to Sturgis. Away from meeting me at every show I did or everywhere I went. It was always an excuse.
I don't know what she's talking about.
It was gonna wait until the last minute, and then the last minute there'd always be an excuse. You see what happened?
No, I don't know. I don't know what she's talking about, Michael. Clearly a fabrication. And who would do that? Michael.
Well, you're ducking, dipping, diving, and dodging. You're like one game of dodgeball up in here, man. You're just not wanting to meet the mayhem, doing her thing at Sturgis against Jenny Bloody Valentine and Terry Feisty Fist London. You don't want to see her up close in person with the Sturgis man rocking that badass lingerie that she was wearing.
Michael, if I'm at an event and she's there,
yeah,
you got to be there.
Oh, dude. Well, we were together at
You're
LFC.
my bodyguard. You're my bodyguard.
Well, we were there at LFC 35, ring announcer and judge over here. So if the three of us are ever at a main event, I'm gonna laugh if she puts you in a headlock because I know it's coming.
No, you're not. You're gonna be my bodyguard.
All right. I don't know, man. We'll see how it goes. But
wait, well, you're gonna be my bodyguard, buddy.
We'll see, man. I don't know. Well, they like me. You
will see, you son of a bitch.
Well, we'll see. I try to keep myself out of the trouble, you Mr. Trouble.
Fuck you bastard.
Somebody's got to be peace between the two of us, man. Like I said, we're the Abbott and Costello team over here, and I think Mayhem over here will put Mia and Bella over here, folks. I gotta say, Mia, we gotta put over the fact that we had LFC 39 Goddess Among Us and Flo Rida. You and Mila Romanoff, man, had a hell of a bout. You came off the ropes doing some cross bodies and just killing it, man. I gotta say, congratulations on that as well. You did your thing.
I'm not dying.
I know, right? That's a plus. You're not. That's a plus. That is always a plus. You did your thing.
Quick, quick, quick! There it is. I got it, bitch. Catch her! No! Good, up here, up here. Go, go, go. Knock the shit out of her. Go! Go! Kick her! Good leg! Get it! Get it! Get it! Get it! Pick it up! Mia, there you go! Right there. What do you say? What do you say? You want to give up this contest? Kick her in the face! Talk to me! Get out of there! Reach me. Yes! Good job, baby!
That was lots of fun. Getting there and realizing I had to share a room with her was like, what the hell? Like, no. Like, we will not be doing this. We didn't have a choice. But in the end, I won. So that's all that matters.
Hello, hello. It's Mia, and I'm checking into Secrets Hideaway Resort for guess what? LFC's 39. And guess what? I'm ready to take on. You see that thing over there? They have me bunking with the bitch I'm supposed to fuck up on Saturday.
It's a privilege for you.
A privilege, she says. Oh, if only she knew that being in Mama's
Sit
presence
on your face while
is
you
the privilege
sleep.
itself.
Like
Yeah.
them ribs.
Sit on it like I'm gonna sit on her with this.
I'm gonna sit on your
Sit
feet
on
while
her.
you sleep, bitch.
Oh, well, we'll be at Secrets Resort Hideaway here,
All night long.
February 24th at 8 p.m. is our fight. It's fight number 2.
Come watch Mia lose.
Mia lose. Come watch her get her
Listen,
ass beat.
Bianca was scared, but-
Bianca's scared, but you know what? They brought you, and I'm gonna fuck you up.
Oh, you mean like last time when you lost against me?
Listen, maybe, maybe not. I think you're remembering it wrong. I think I was the one that won that fight, but whatever. Let her think whatever she wants.
Under my ass.
My face was under her ass because let me tell you, that shit's huge. Wouldn't you want your face under that ass too? I guess. But these are going to be smothering her on Saturday. And guess what? Since I've got her in this room, can you keep a secret? I'm going to do shit to her while she sleeps. Oh, I can't wait to get her while she sleeps. I'm going to do a bunch of shit to her.
This is true. This is true. And I think even like we mentioned, the 3 bouts that she's had and everybody that performed and did their darndest at Secrets Hideaway, again, very different from the LFC setting, from Las Vegas to Flo Rida, if you will. Beautiful Flo Rida, if you will. Shout out to everybody of Florida. But god dang it, man. Like, again, another setting for LFC to do the damn thing. Secrets Hideaway and Resort. Go back and check it out, folks. I think what we get to see as well is not only just venues and size and just continued growth, but featured assets of beautiful women, internal and external beauty. My goodness, it is a galore. And Tommy Bell, I got to put this over in your front, man. The artistry point of view, man. You got to rock with the Dracula's Daughter. You look at Dracula in popular culture from Bela Lugosi, even if you want to look at the comedy side of thing, Love at First Bite with George Hamilton. Well, we will even mention Dracula 2000 up in this piece, the Dracula with Frank Langella. There are so many different ways in popular culture that shows the sexiness, the real deal sex appeal of Dracula and Dracula's Daughter, especially within this drawing, Tommy Bell.
Well, you know what, Michael? I am a horror geek. I'm a monster movie just terrible, dude. I'm just awful. But here's the thing. When I started thinking about who I would want to see reimagined as these people, there were very short lists that were involved when I thought about it. And I didn't have to think very long when I thought about Dracula's Daughter, who is very much an overlooked film. Now, you know, people are like, is that really a movie? I'm like, oh, yes, it was one of the Universal movies or whatever, but very much an overlooked female character. And I thought, you know, Mia Annabella would make a really, really great Dracula's Daughter. And when she sent the photos, here's why this image looks so different than The Mummy and from even the Bride of Frankenstein drawing. is that she sent over a bunch of photos, and the one that I'm working on here, that was one of the photos that she sent over. And then she sent over a whole bunch of other ones that were specially taken for this project. And this was one of them. And the problem was I couldn't make up my mind. Like both images could have held their own in a drawing like this, which was my original idea. And then I just changed my idea. I said, let's just give this thing a whole different look. Let's montage it. Let's include both of those images, but in the same quote unquote movie poster, and have straight at it, and I think it was a really wise choice because I just had to do it that way.
I love it.
That's awesome. And like, again, Mia, these drawings have been a really, really long time coming. I'm kind of embarrassed, and I was going to tell Michael before the show, I was almost a little nervous too. I was like, she's a Spitfire, man. She's going to come after me, dude.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I've done nothing.
yeah, it's an innocent bystander over here. But no, I think as far
Maybe a little trash talking here and there,
well, I mean,
a little.
you look at Mia's side of things, man, and you are that trash talker Skywalker over here, but then you got the Mayhem over here who not only can hold their own, but also with the Spitfire and the overall spiciness that comes within the attitude and whatnot. I think when it comes to Mia's side of things, man, it's like, how can you not? It's like a long time coming. Let's put us in the drawings, man. Get us on a show. You know what I'm saying? It's the cohesion. We all want to have the cohesion, that synergy, and those vibes, man. And you're kind of flaking a little with the vibes, man. But finally, it's happened to us in front of our face. Don't be flaking with the vibes. There's a saying for everybody. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Mia. Go ahead.
Okay, the thing was, he kept saying he was gonna do it, and then something would happen, and he'd have to do another, like another commissioned piece.
Yes.
So, sorry, I can't, and whatever. I was like, yeah, whatever. It got to the point that I was like, he's never gonna do it. Never.
Michael, don't you listen to her. That's what I love so much about the LFC is that entertainment, that style. My gratitude always goes out to people like Sean Donnelly, the CEO of Lingerie Fighting Championships, Mr. Michael Larkin, the family that has adopted me, that is all around the LFC banner. Like, I can't say enough, right? How much, as ridiculous as we get on this show, I know I'm getting serious for a second, and I promise I'll flip right back, but I just gotta get this out, especially being such a special episode as this is, that it means so much to me in the work that I've tried to do and the things that I've tried to, before I came along. I don't really know that there was an artist going around to female fighters saying, can I draw you in my artwork, and try and create a space for themselves doing what I do. And I think that's why I tried to do it, just because I didn't think it had been done. And so I thought maybe there's a void there. And clearly in 5 years, I've learned a lesson that, actually I did create a little space for myself. And it's been so great. And it's so much to do with the people involved with Lingerie Fighting Championships. And you all know who you are. I'm not going to try to name names, or this would be a 3-hour episode. A lot of those people are obviously a part of this show, and goes beyond that. And each and every one of you who's had some contact with me, met me personally, really worked with me on projects, you know. All right, the old man's done being choked up now.
No, you're fine. I think
I had to get that through in the most sincere way I could, even without cracking myself up. But everybody knows, like, goddamn.
I'm very appreciative of you too. And like I said, I feel the same way, from a kid in 2019 just starting his LFC journey with this podcast, from interviewing the talents for my On the Mic with Mike series. And then this son of a gun coming along in 2021, our first podcast, and then our meeting at LFC 35. And then this amazing friendship that we've had in the start of Sketchy and Funny. I mean, I go from being behind the camera and editing and doing the stuff that you see, like Tommy's first 3 episodes, we're all very much solo. We got to bring it out there. His episodes are very much a solo-esque drawing show, and me doing the editing, and then me coming on screen like we are here. it just brings the dynamic, and our guests, like we mentioned, starting to get guests and people being invested and really gravitating towards this fine program, I think is wonderful, man. So you start off with just you and your camera, then me coming aboard and all these great guests. It's a collective, man. It's a collective, and it's a foundation that really is going to continue to rise.
It was absolutely pivotal for me to pull you in, to include you in a much more visual and audio way into the show, because after going those first couple episodes, I was really like, boy, this is I need to, I don't even I don't want to kick those episodes. And in doing those, you can see some of the creations of some really interesting pieces. But it wasn't until we really got you involved and got some regular guest stars on. It's not really about having the featured women on the show. That's an added bonus, but it's really fun to do these and have you to spar off of while I'm doing them. If the featured lady is on there, that's just an absolute added bonus, because you're getting their perspective right from them while they're watching me work and talking to you, who's kind of really threading the show together. So for 2 seasons, dude, thank you for making something out of the hot mess that we record here when we do it.
You're so welcome. I wouldn't trade it for the world, man. And I mean, I truly mean that. And I mean, what you're going to see now, as we get a little emotional up in this piece, you are going to see some.
Is this all when we're crying together?
No, no crying. No woman, no cry. Say.
Oh, son of a bitch.
This is, you're going to see in this.
You're gonna show the Johnny Sacco stuff. I knew it. I really
probably
can't.
Gonna come up. We gotta put Johnny Sacco. If I can find it in these next ones, sure. So what had happened, if it happened, we are gonna check out.
Fuck off.
There you go. What we're gonna see now with this banter, fuck off, is the overall verbal sparring and the verbal overall conversations and banter that Tommy.
We're gonna do a promo battle, you son of a bitch, you.
That too. So you're gonna see in this clip some of Tommy and I going back.
I got my hair ready
with the pop culture references and popping each other, and hell, even some bloopers, because it wouldn't be a Tommy Bell and Mike Larkin show with some bloopers. So you might get some bloopers from the LFC podcast, and you're gonna get some from Sketchy and Funny. So here is all that goodness in this clip.
Sketchy and Funny, Season 2, Episode 6. Take. Just take.
A 3, a 2, and a 1. Go, Tommy Bell.
Hello.
We're making this a blooper. Jesus, man. Oh, bro. Oh, dude.
Yes.
That was funny.
I guess you got something for the end of the show, right?
Yes, we do. That was just like, hello. I felt like I was talking hello there. Thank you very much.
God, have
and a 1. Stop the laughter.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'm ready. I'm really ready.
I am ready.
Okay, so let's just. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the official Lingerie Fighting Championships podcast. My name is Tommy Bell, and with me today is the official host of the LFC podcast, the LFC podcast. Oh, fuck. You gotta cut it again.
It's fine. Like I'll edit
this one more time.
Okay. Yeah.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, right. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the official podcast of Lingerie Fighting Championships. I'm not your host, Tommy Bell, and with me today is my good buddy. No, we're not doing this. You got to do it. You put these at the end of this goddamn thing.
I absolutely am. That was awesome.
Yeah, do this fucking thing.
Oh, boy.
It's a whole nother goddamn bloopers thing with this fucking. I did it like 50 times in I practiced this.
Oh boy.
Well, let's take a look, Michael, at what happened when that happened.
Okay, and this is where I will insert
when that happened, where that
what
happened.
happened when that happened.
Thanks for cutting in.
I was letting you go. I was like, when that happened, I'm leaving that. That was great.
You have to now, you bastard, dude. I'm just, even those visuals and so many more is really what makes this entire thing special. So it's really, really, just really damn cool. You know, I don't even know how else to put it, with the special guests that we've had on, working with you for so long on so many things, and just the level of stupidity that we reach together collectively is really something to be gasped at.
Oh, great. Absolutely. And I can't even do without smiling and laughing too, because this is a vibe right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's a vibe of just two dudes just enjoying one's company and putting on a damn good show for each and every one of y'all. So we appreciate you. We enjoy laughing with you. We enjoy being a part of the VIP section of the LFC website. We just enjoy what we do, and we hope you do as well. Because Tommy and I got some more stuff coming as far as the drawings go for this show. Tommy and I have another watch along coming for the LFC podcast, so we're going to look back on our girl Angelica, the Italian knockout Cole, against Andre Shakti from LFC 36 on its 3-year anniversary.
It's going to be a good one, guys. Don't miss it.
Oh, don't miss it. And of course, we're going to be definitely watching LFC 43, Independence Day. I mean, you got to watch it. It's the second one. We're going to the UK, and Tommy's going to put on his accent because he can't help himself.
I can't wait.
There you go. So spice up your life. Stop right now. Thank you very much. And we thank you very much for listening to this edition. It's a best of, man. We're definitely
going to be a jolly good time. All right. That's enough. That's enough. Absolutely no.
We're definitely going to do another best.
So bad.
No, you're fine. We're definitely going to do another one as we
got it.
Do more great
shows. Saying so.
Yeah. So more of these great best ofs in the future, because it's just going to keep getting better and better. And I'll be quiet now because this is you, man. Go ahead, talk about it. Speak on.
Okay, so everybody, heartwarming, thank you so much for letting me entertain you with the drawings and my particular style of entertainment. A huge thank you to everybody that we've showcased today, and an extra special thanks to all the people that we didn't get a chance to showcase during this episode, because each and every one of you have made doing this show so damn worth it. And thanks to Sean Donnelly for suggesting the show in the first place. And it's been great. There's more to come. And I don't know what else to say other than look me up on Facebook at Tommy Bell, and on Instagram and X, it's Tommy Bell Art. If you look for a little black and white logo, you can't miss it. And also look up Mr. Michael Larkin on these following links.
So, with that being said, as Tommy has turned it my way, you could check out, like Tommy mentioned, his links will be in the description. This fine program, Tommy Bell Art, Sketchy and Funny, is on the VIP section of the LFC website, lfcfights.com, for all your needs, including Sketchy and Funny, the LFC podcast, LFC events, and so much more. And this show is also on my YouTube channel, S&M Network Shows, as well as Tommy Bell's YouTube channel. Just search in Tommy Bell Art and you get the fine YouTube channel of Mr. Tommy Bell Art. Subscribe to both. And if you want to check me out on Instagram, it's Larkin_92 and MLarkinMB. And Twitter, it's SM Show 1 or MCL92. Either way, I'm easy follow, much like Tommy. So come and say hi, come and join and say what's up to your boys on the social media front. So yeah, with that being said, we hope you enjoyed the bestest of the bestest. Not just us, we're talking about our guests and the bestest of the bestest presentation. So Tommy Bell, Mike Larkin, Sketchy and Funny, here's to many more seasons, many more episodes. And just thank you all for everybody being involved, from Sean, like you mentioned, LFC personnel, and everybody, man. It's just a damn good time, and it's a whole lot of fun.
And we're going to keep it going. Everybody, thanks for tuning in to the best of Sketchy AF. I know it's officially a part of season 2. We're going to keep season 2 going and on in the future. Everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with us. LFC, we love you guys. All right. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
It's just a laid-back vibe, baby. Straight up.